This is an interesting topic. Is it time to toss the sunscreen? New research shows that 1 billion people around the world are now vitamin D deficient because they're not getting enough sun. Researchers say it's because people are putting on too much sunscreen, and sunscreens with an SPF of 15 or higher can decrease your vitamin D production by 99%. So a growing number of people are resorting to supplements now to correct the problem. But what is the balance, considering that too much sun could lead to skin cancer? Joining us this morning to help us, we need help, Dr. Matthew Knight with Knight Dermatology in downtown Orlando. Good to see you. Good to see you. It is a conflict, isn't it? Because we're sort of left with, okay, what would I rather have? Vitamin D deficiency or skin cancer?
Right. I think you'd be surprised if I got up here and said everybody should throw their sunscreen out because we don't need it anymore.
I know you're not going to say that.
Yeah, I don't like studies like this because it doesn't take into account the people they're talking to. You know, everybody has their own health history. Everybody lives somewhere different. Right. Everybody's skin color is different. And so you can't make these sweeping recommendations like, you know what, sunscreen is causing vitamin D not to be absorbed, so you should throw all your sunscreen and go out in the sun for 30 minutes, which is one of the things this study said.
But can't you get burned in 30 minutes?
I get burned in about 2 minutes. So you just can't do that because everybody knows on my side of things, the American Academy of Dermatology says that sunscreens can help prevent things like melanoma. There's 10,000 cases of skin cancer diagnosed every day in America alone. And there's a lot of other reasons to have vitamin D deficiency, like obesity, which is also an epidemic, and other illnesses. So there's many sides to this story. I think this is an overgeneralization.
Let's talk SPF, because we're starting to get a little crazy with the SPFs. You go to the store and you're like, SPF 70, SPF 90. I mean, how much do we really need?
A ton of that is marketing.
Okay.
The curve for SPF, or how much it protects, really cuts off at like somewhere between 15 and 30.
Okay.
So if you go above SPF 30, you're not doing a whole much more good for yourself.
You just feel better. Like, okay, we're showing video of SPF 50, so you don't really need that.
No, you don't need that.
Okay.
In fact, it's more of a marketing gimmick to use SPF 1 million. And so people go out and buy the SPF 10,000 baby sun spray, which provides poor coverage, and you're inhaling it, and it doesn't do anything.
You don't like the spray, right?
I don't. Yeah. I don't, because I've seen all kinds of sunburns from people using sprays. Yeah. And also, you don't want to be inhaling that stuff, quite frankly.
And if you watch people put the spray on at the beach, where does half the spray go?
All over the place.
Into the wind, right? Yeah, into your lungs.
Not on the kid, but into the sea breeze.
Okay.
So this is a complicated issue. You know, testing for vitamin D isn't always that easy. And there's all these miracle claims for vitamin D lately, like it can prevent all these things that may be true, but they haven't really been substantiated. There is a couple things that have been substantiated. It's important for our bones and osteoporosis and those sorts of things. But like everything in science and medicine, you just have to be wise about it and be reasonable about the approach.
Where should we get our vitamin D? Are you okay with people just taking a vitamin D pill? Is that okay? Is it good enough?
It's definitely good enough, but you have to be careful of the hype. You know, you can take fistfuls of vitamin D and get toxic on vitamin D.
Yeah, that's not good, right?
So about 600 to 800 international units a day, which is like a multivitamin. Remember that milk and some OJ and other things are fortified with vitamin D, especially for little kids. So that's a good way of getting vitamin D. And also, the sun is an important way of getting vitamin D, but you don't need to overdo it. About 25% of whatever it takes to get a little bit pink would be enough sun. So for me, that's like 5 minutes. And I get that playing with the kid or rolling the window down in the car or getting the newspaper in the morning. So you just have to take into account who you are, where you live. In Central Florida, the UV index is 9 in May. That's panic level amounts of ultraviolet exposure. Yeah. So the one thing you don't want to do is say, forget the sunscreen. I'm just going to go get a bunch of sun because I'm vitamin D deficient. That's not smart. Okay. Skin cancer is an epidemic. One person dies of melanoma every hour in this country, so you have to take it seriously.
All right. We're glad that you do, and we're glad you're around to talk to us about it. Dr. Knight, how can our viewers find you?
Right downtown, Facebook, KnightDermatology.com, and happy Mother's Day to everybody.
You're
couple
so
days
sweet.
left. I know.
You're taking your wife out this weekend.
You better believe it. And
you're
Grandma.
Good. And Grandma, too.
Yeah, right.
Don't forget her. Good to see you, Doc. Thank you.
Happy Friday.
Bob, over to you.